Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome everyone here today, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduates of the Physical Sciences Division. This diploma and hooting ceremony is part of the 538th Convocation of the University of Chicago. For over 130 years, the University of Chicago community has gathered at Convocation to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduating students. Today, we call together our newest Doctor of Philosophy in the Division of the Physical Sciences. They graduate from programs that include the field of astronomy and astrophysics, biophysical sciences, chemistry, computational and applied mathematics, computer science, geophysical sciences, mathematics, physics, and statistics. During our students' time in the PhD, they have undertaken a rigorous course of study and research to deepen, expand, and transform the academic fields, and make contributions that are of crucial importance and impact. Graduates, today you join a distinguished group of alumni who have transcended interdisciplinary boundaries to define new areas of inquiry. You have brought us closer to discovering the origin of life and the origins of the universe. You study the nature of neutrinos, the Higgs, and other subatomic particles, probing the fundamental laws of the nature. You study changes to Earth's climates today and hundreds of million years ago. You develop new tools for the sustainability of life on our planet and investigated sustainability of life on other planets. You improved health of humans and other living systems through biophysics, chemical biology, and material sciences. You develop new theories and complex models, answering open questions and posing new ones. You envision the future of quantum computing and quantum systems. You build pioneering instruments, telescopes, microscopes, to find answers to deep and long-standing questions. And you design artificial intelligence systems to help us elevate and unearth new science. You also prepared our community and the world for the responsible and ethical use of these powerful new technologies. Your scientific and mathematical contributions certainly have a global impact. But you also engage locally in outreach across Chicagoland, inspiring future generations at schools and building a more inclusive scientific community. This past September, you supported the second Southside Science Festival, where 4,500 community members learned and enjoyed science from 500 scientists and volunteers. All of these achievements highlight PSD's commitment to gaining a deeper understanding and working towards the collective betterment of the world around us. And you are now a crucial part of the PSD community. Graduates, as you move forward, remember that your UChicago education has enriched your curiosity, creativity, courage, and wisdom, equipping you to embrace the challenges and opportunities ahead. You have grown academically and professionally and have built a strong and lasting support network at the University of Chicago. Most importantly, you are about to make a positive impact not only on us, on your families, but on the world. We have tremendous confidence in your abilities and hold immense hope for your future. We are incredibly proud of you. Congratulations. tremendous accomplishment of our graduates would not have been possible without the dedication and passions of the professors who facilitate their education. In recognition of this, each year, the University of Chicago honors members of the faculty who have demonstrated exemplary teaching and mentoring throughout their careers. Nominees are chosen by graduate students, and the testimonials of current and former students comprise the bulk of the nomination materials. The winner is then selected by a committee of previous award recipients and other distinguished faculty members. This year's Faculty Award for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring from the Division of the Physical Sciences will be presented by Peter Littlewood, Professor and Chair of the Department of Physics. Please welcome Peter Littlewood, Professor of Physics.
Dean Lee, I have the honor to present Sidney Nagel for the Faculty Award for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring. Sid Nagel has educated generations of graduate students at the University of Chicago, many of whom have gone on to distinguished academic careers or to noteworthy achievements in industry or business. His team has founded a branch of science that is distinctly recognizable and an intellectual anchor for physics at the university. His students continue to exemplify the spirit of inquiry that he inspired. His school is not just a style and area of research, but an attention to clear-thinking experimentation and a commitment to making the science relevant to the broader community. He has run an inspiring undergraduate research program for years and gives memorable public lectures. He's been a role model for his students who see in him the exemplar of a teacher, a researcher, and an educator. By encouraging rigorous experimental inquiry in a collective and supportive environment, Sidney Nagel has created a unique school of physical science research, which has blossomed under his academic progeny. Here we go. Thanks.
I'm also delighted to announce this year's recipient of the Arthur L. Kelly Prize for Exceptional Service in the Physical Sciences Division. The prize was established in 2013 by Arthur L. Kelly, who received his MBA from the university in 1964 and established the same faculty prize at Chicago booth in 1999. In addition to his contribution to finance, business, international relations, and geography, Mr. Kelly served as trustee of the university from 1988 to 2008 and has served for 2 decades in the PhD Council, including 10 years as chair. It is fitting that his contributions to the division of the physical sciences and the universities are honored through this award. The Kelly Prize celebrates faculty who, outside of the teaching and research, have made exceptional efforts in promoting and supporting the division. I'm pleased to welcome Deputy Dean Kurtz to present the 2024 Arthur L. Kelly Faculty Prize for Exceptional Service in the Physical Sciences Division.
The 2024 recipient of the Arthur L. Kelly Prize for Exceptional Faculty Service in the Physical Sciences Division is John Carlstrom. Subramanian Chandrasekhar, Distinguished Service Professor in the Departments of Astronomy and Astrophysics and Physics, the Enrico Fermi Institute, and the College. John Karlstrom receives the prize for his critical contributions to the Physical Sciences Division and the continued success of both academic departments. Karlstrom served as director of the Kavli Institute for Cosmological Physics, helping establish and strengthen the university's preeminence in cosmology and other related fields, and working to ensure the Institute's future as an endowed unit. He then served as chair of the Department of Astronomy and Astrophysics. During this time, he hired 8 new tenure-line faculty members, transforming the department into a vibrant, forward-looking, and world-leading research unit. Oversaw the launch and growth of the undergraduate astronomy and astrophysics major, and successfully led the department through the COVID-19 pandemic. His work established the University of Chicago as the international hub of cosmic microwave background research. Congratulations, Professor Karlstrom.
At the university-wide ceremony this morning, I presented our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy to the president of the university. In the presence of the faculty of the university and members of the Board of Trustees, President Alivisatos formally conferred those degrees in recognition of the incredible academic achievements of our students. Now, these scholars who are being admitted to the community of Doctors of Philosophies will receive both a hood and a diploma from their disciplinary achievement. The component of the academic regalia derived from medieval clerical dress are the gown, the cap, and also, for those attaining the highest competence, the hood. The velvet edge of the hood is dark blue, indicating the significant achievement of the level of Doctor of Philosophy. The lining is maroon, the school color of the University of Chicago. In our ceremony, the hood will be placed over the head of the candidate by the dissertation advisor or department chair or faculty representative. I now invite our Dean of Students, Bahara Lampert, to read the names of our graduates.
As Dean of Students for the Physical Sciences Division, I now have the honor to present for their diploma and hood these students who have attained scholarly distinction. They have prepared a dissertation that contributes to knowledge in a particular field of research in the physical sciences, culminating in the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Colin Aitken, Mathematics. Advisor, Peter May. Dissertation, Model Structures on Infinity Categories of Filtrations. It's our first one, so Colin gets a lot of caps till we figure it out. Go, Colin, go. Phaedon Andriopoulos, Mathematics. Advisor, Alexander Bellinson. Dissertation on the motivic filtration of TR. Chung Young Bao, Mathematics. Advisor, Frank Caligari. Dissertation, Computing Crystalline Deformation Rings via the Taylor-Wiles-Kissin Patching. Andrea Simone Bryant, Physics. Advisors, Steve Meyer and Mark Panning. Dissertation, Hypothetical Icy Moon Seismic Profiles for Comparison to Future Seismic Data. Yang So, Chemistry. Advisor, Brian Dickinson. Dissertation, Chemical Biology Approaches to Study and Manipulate Translation and Post-Translational Modifications. Dickinson, get back in your chair. Go. David Cherny, Geophysical Sciences. Advisor, Graham Slater. Dissertation, Novel Approaches to the Parametric Inference of Phylogenies and Diversification Rates from Fossil Data. Nisha Chen, Mathematics. Advisor, Charles Smart. Dissertation, Localization for Random Band Matrices and Quantum Unique Ergodicity for Wigner Matrices. Shi-Chi Chen, Chemistry. Advisors, Norbert F. Schur and Andrew Ferguson. Dissertation, Statistical, Mechanical, and Symmetry Insights of Collective Coordinates in Small Optical Matter Clusters. Yu-Hung Chu, Physics. Advisor, Mark Sheffield. Dissertation, Hippocampal Cognitive Map Dynamics, Investigating the Fate and Replay of Place Cell. Xin-Yang Choi, Chemistry. Advisor, Guangbin Dong. Dissertation, Harnessing the Power of Palladium-Norbornene Cooperative Catalysis for the Modular Synthesis of Organic Materials. Jody Tilin Cho, Physics. Advisor, Thomas Crawford. Dissertation, Improved measurements of the temperature and E-mode polarization of the CMB from the full 500 square degree SPT pole dataset. Protiti Deb, Physics. Advisor, David Ashalom. Dissertation, Enhancing Spin Optical Interfaces in Optically Addressable Molecular Spin Qubits. Margaret Doucette, Mathematics. Advisor, Amy Wilkinson. Dissertation, Smooth Models for Certain Fibered Partially Hyperbolic Systems. Yingjie Fan, Chemistry. Advisor, Wenbin Lin. Dissertation, Rational Design of Multifunctional Framework Materials for Synergistic Catalysis. Joseph Ernest Golek, Physics. Advisor Jeff McMahon. Dissertation, Next Generation Images of Galaxy Clusters at Millimeter Wavelengths. Dao Zhang Gong, Biophysical Sciences. Advisor, Norbert F. Scher. Dissertation, Developing Novel Snapshot Multidimensional Structured Illumination Microscopy. Aritrajit Gupta, Chemistry. Advisor, Dmitry Talipin. Dissertation, Alloyed 3,5 nanocrystals as viable emitters for display applications. Ayush Gupta, Chemistry. Advisor, Michael D. Hopkins. Dissertation, Developing Emissive Photochemical Reductants from Earth-Abundant Transition Metals. Thomas Hameister, Mathematics. Advisor, Ngo Bao Cho. Dissertation, The Hitchin Fibration for Symmetric Pairs. Zhu Huang, Computer Science. Advisors Ian Foster and Kyle Chard. Dissertation, Enabling Scientific Information Extraction with Natural Language Processing. Alexander Hoover, Computer Science. Advisor David Cash. Dissertation, On the Limits of Efficiency and Privacy for Outsourced Computation. That's okay. Taojun Shu. One second. All right. Taojun Shu, Computer Science. Advisor, Chen Hao Tan. Dissertation, Understanding and Supporting Human Decision-Making Through Text. Nang Huang, Computer Science. Advisor, Aaron Podichin. Dissertation, New inapproximability results for some classical constraint satisfaction problems. Andrea Yorga, Mathematics. Advisor, Frank Caligari. Dissertation, Constructing Maximal Unramified Extensions and Murphy's Law for Galois Deformation Rings. Aurora Ireland, Physics. Advisor, Marcella Carena. Dissertation, Phenomenological Model Building in Particle Cosmology. Yu Jin, Chemistry. Advisor, Julia Gali. Dissertation, First Principles Study of Excited States and Optical Properties of Quantum Materials. Jun Suk Kong, Statistics, Advisor Matthew Stevens. Dissertation, Learning Meaningful Representations of Data with Empirical Bayes Methods. Tejas Kannan, Computer Science. Advisor, Hank Hoffman. Dissertation, Privacy, Error, and Energy Trade-offs in Embedded Systems and Internet of Things Devices. Patrick Kelly, Chemistry. Advisor, Mark Levin. Dissertation, Ring Expansion via Nitrogen Atom and Carbonyl cation transfer from unconventional atom transfer reagents. Wow. Thanks for clapping for me. That was a really hard dissertation title. Hwan Woo Kim. Sorry, I made myself laugh. Hwan Woo Kim, Computational and Applied Mathematics. Advisor, Daniel Sanz Alonso. Dissertation, Sparsity, Non-Convexivity, and Geometric Constraints on Statistical Inverse Problems. Daniel Sanborn King, Chemistry. Advisor, Laura Gagliardi. Dissertation. Dissertation, Developments and Applications of Automated Multi-Configurational Quantum Chemistry. Takuya Kurihana, Computer Science. Advisor, Ian Foster. Dissertation, Democratizing Access to Extensive Climate Datasets via Deep Learning-Powered Techniques. Daniar Harry Kurniawan, Computer Science. Advisor, Haryati Ganawi. Dissertation, Storage Support for Scaling Embedding Table in Recommendation Systems Deployment. Nan Lee, Chemistry. Advisor, Sihong Wong. Dissertation, Polymer Semiconductors for Bioelectronic Tissue Interfaces. Rui Lee, Chemistry. Advisor, Sarah King. Dissertation, Photoemission Electron Microscopy of Two-Dimensional and Biological Materials. John Lean, Statistics. Advisor, Mihai Anitescu. Dissertation, Distributionally Robust Control with Statistical Methods. Han Liu, Computer Science. Advisor, Chen Hao Tan. Dissertation, Empowering Humans with Machines, from Explanations to Teaching. Qin-Zhe Liu, Chemistry. Advisor, Chuan He. Dissertation, Novel Approaches in DNA Methylation Analysis, Sequencing Strategy Development and Application to Cancer Metastasis Studies. Sin Yi Camilla Liu, Geophysical Sciences. Advisor, Nicola Daufa. Dissertation, Evaluating the Application of Elemental and Isotopic Ratios as Paleoredox Tracers in Earth's Ocean and Mars Aqueous Alteration. Yuhan Philip Liu, Statistics. Advisor, Weibao Wu. Dissertation, Change Point Analysis under Irregular Conditions. Longjian Yu, Physics. Advisor, Luca Grandi. Dissertation, Searching for Dark Matter with Ionization Signals in Xenon and Tau. Yuting Lo, Physics. Advisor, Yao Wai Hua. Dissertation, Search for KL to pi 0 nu bar at Koto. Margot Elizabeth McDonald, Biophysical Sciences. Advisors Melody Schwartz and Margaret Gardell. Dissertation, Drivers and Consequences of TNF alpha-induced lymphatic coagulation, a new role for neutrophil extracellular traps. Christian Makowitz, Physics. Advisor Craig Hogan. Dissertation, Distributional Stress Energy in General Relativity and its Implications for Quantum Gravity. Maya Malaby Kay, Astronomy and Astrophysics. Advisor Jeff McMahon. Dissertation, Probing the Large-Scale Structure of Our Universe with the Atacama Cosmology Telescope. Tashant Mittal, Computer Science. Advisors Janos Simon and Madhur Tulsiani. Dissertation, Expanders with Symmetry, Constructions and Applications. Tatsu Drake Monkman, Geophysical Sciences. Advisor, Malte Jansen. Dissertation, Driving Processes Behind the Global Ocean Circulation, Water Mass Transformations, and the Effects of Southern Ocean Topography. Spurti Nagasamadram. Physics. Advisor Norbert F. Schur. Dissertation, Optical Magnetic Dipole Me Resonances and Electrodynamic Interactions in High-Index Dielectronic Nanoparticle-Based Optical Matter Systems. Jeffrey Nash, Chemistry. Advisor Wenbin Lin. Dissertation, Molecular Material Design of Nanoscale Metal Organic Frameworks for Cancer Therapy. Wen Duck Hai, Computer Science. Advisor Andrew A. Chan. Dissertation, Rate-Based Abstract Machine, an efficient computation model for guaranteeing performance of bursty real-time applications. Margaret Gorham Panetta, Physics. Advisors David Schuster and Jonathan Simon, dissertation, Cavity Quantum Electrodynamics in a Topological Photonic Metamaterial. Gray Putnam, Physics. Advisor David Schmitz, dissertation, Search for New Physics Through a Long-Lived Dimuon Resonance in the NUMI Beam with the Icarus Detector. Wei Chuan, Physics. Advisors, John Carlstrom and Tom Crawford. Dissertation, Analysis of Cosmic Microwave Background Temperature and E-mode Polarization Anisotropies with 2019 and 2020 data from the South Pole Telescope. Sam Quinn, Mathematics. Advisor, Frank Caligari. Dissertation, Compatible Families of Galois Representations in Level 1 and Weight 0 with Big Image. Mohammed Iqbal Halilur Rokman, Computer Science. Advisor, Manisha Ghosh. Dissertation, Performance Evaluation of Wireless Networks using Device-Based Measurement. Leanne Marie Sager-Smith, Chemistry. Advisor David Mazziotti. Dissertation, Exploration of Highly Correlated Systems on Classical and Quantum Devices. Isabella Scott, Mathematics. Advisors, Marianne Maliaris and Dennis Hirschfeld. Dissertation, A Computability Theoretic Investigation into Existentially Closed Groups. Jiao-Yuan Shi, Chemistry. Advisor Boji Tian. Dissertation, Towards Lifelike Biointerfaces for Bioelectronic and Regenerative Medicine. Carlos Sierra, Physics. Advisor Jeff McMahon. Dissertation, Surveying the Cosmic Sky from the Atacama Desert, Analysis and Instrumentation across 3 millimeter wave octaves. Aaron Arthur Gordon Slipper, Mathematics. Advisors Ngo-Bao Cho and Kazuya Kato. Dissertation, Nonlinear Fourier transforms and parabolic normalized intertwining operators over finite fields. Emily Ann Smith, Physics. Advisor David Miller. Dissertation, A Global View of Jets with the Atlas Detector from Hardware Triggers to Precision Measurements and Beyond. Haynes Forrest Stevens, Geophysical Sciences. Advisor Elizabeth Moyer. Dissertation, Enhancing the Outlook of United States Maize Production Under Climate Change, Improved Physical Understandings of Impact Projections and Adaptation Scenarios. Jesse Stern, Computer Science, Advisor David Cash. Dissertation on volume leakage-based attacks against secure outsourced databases and their relation to the turnpike problems and tilings. Bo-Young Soo, Mathematics, Advisor Carlos Koenig. Dissertation, Global Solutions for Systems of Quadratic Nonlinear Schrödinger Equations in 3D. Kelly Swadba, Geophysical Sciences, Advisor Andy Campbell. Dissertation, Disproportionation of Iron in Earth's Lower Mantle. Erasmo Tani, Computer Science, Advisor Lorenzo Orecchia. Dissertation, New Algorithmic Results in Clustering and Partitioning. Michael Vandernald, Physics, Advisor Heinrich Jaeger. Dissertation, Solvation Forces and Incipient Jamming in Dense Suspension Flows. One more. Oliver Wong, Mathematics, Advisor Shmuel Weinberger. Dissertation, Exotic Smooth Equivariant Manifolds. Zoe Wong, Geophysical Sciences, Advisor Elizabeth Moyer. Dissertation, Understanding Convective Available Potential Energy, CAPE, in Current and Future Climates with Simple Frameworks. Hao-Chi Wu, Chemistry, Advisor Dmitry Talipin. Dissertation, Direct Optical and Thermal Lithography of Nanomaterials for Optics and Optoelectronics. Daniel Xiong, Statistics, Advisors Peter McCullough and Chao Gao. Dissertation, Testing on the Edge, Detection, and Localization of Sparse Signals in Sequence Data. Ziyu Zhang, Computer Science, Advisor Robert Grossman. Dissertation, Machine Learning for Histopathology Images in Low Data Regime. Wan Rung Ju, Statistics, Advisors Wei Biao Wu and Rena Feugel Barber. Dissertation, Modern Statistical Inference, Parameter Estimation in Online Settings, and Goodness of Fit Testing. Those are your PhD graduates.
Congratulations, student. Just one more round of applause. Wow. We're here to celebrate your outstanding achievements. We also recognize that these accomplishments are built on the contributions of your family, friends, teachers, mentors, and the scientists and mathematicians before you. I invite all the graduates to take this moment, stand up if you like, turn around to your loved one, and show that you have really appreciated the support that you have received from them. As you leave the 538th Convocation and embark on your next phase of your life, I hope the passion for learning and for solving problems that are challenging stays with you. When your fellow PhD student and alumnus, Munji Buwende, accepted the Nobel Prize in Chemistry this past December, he said, "Scientists are explorers. We ask questions and resolve to find answers about the world around us. The answers sometimes change us profoundly. We, your teachers, mentors, colleagues, know that you will build upon the new ways of thinking you developed at the University of Chicago and continue to grow and evolve, reaching your highest aspiration while contributing to a better world. Congratulations." This concludes the Physical Sciences PhD Diploma and hooting ceremony for the 538th Convocation of the University of Chicago. Thank you and congratulations again.